It is slim pickings for any NFL team right now looking to upgrade the quarterback position. But in this video, we will go ahead and dive into the top free agent quarterbacks on the market with free agency about to come up. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first couple ones are not really high on my list, but we need to probably talk about them. And that is starting with quarterback Trey Lance with the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, you know him as the high draft pick for the San Francisco 49ers out of North Dakota State, I believe. He's really known as one of the biggest busts in the latest few drafts we've had, but still a young talent. He's only 24 years old, barely played, 5 career starts, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and most of all that came as his rookie season in 2021. Has dealt with injuries. He went to Dallas and just was a backup. He didn't even play over Cooper Rush, but still a lot of ability, and it's still, the question is there something there? The next guy we need to talk about is quarterback Jameis Winston. Now, if your NFL favorite team picks up Jameis Winston, you're at least going to have some exciting football to watch. And it could be a good exciting, it could be a bad exciting. But I do feel like most people find themselves rooting for Jameis Winston. I think he has really rebuilt his character, and I think he's a fun guy to root for, and he's a gunslinger. Now listen, he's going to throw for a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns. He's done it now with Tampa Bay, he's done it with the Saints, and he's also done it with the Browns. At times, he was trying to elevate that god-awful, horrible Browns team last year, but also he will throw the picks. And like say, it could be good, it can be bad. Jameis Winston is not a franchise quarterback. He's a guy to come in and be a bridge guy, maybe potentially help, groom a young quarterback. I don't even know if he can groom, but he's an option out there on the market. Next up, we got Mac Jones. Now, Mac Jones was supposed to be the franchise quarterback for New England. That did not pan out. Went to a terrible Jacksonville Jaguars team last year. Went 2-5, and it wasn't very well. But he is only 26, and NFL teams look at him as a worthwhile reclamation project. After someone like Sam Darnold's success and someone like Baker Mayfield, you have now seen some of these players who have stumbled out of the gate at their first team, maybe even second team, but finally pick up steam on their third. Could that be Mac Jones? I'm not saying it is, but he is on this list as an option for quarterbacks in free agency. Now, before we get into the top 5 NFL free agents at the quarterback position, real quick, if you're liking this video and you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, join the team, as we're going to be doing a lot more of these videos and film breakdowns on NFL draft prospects coming soon. Coming in at number 5, and I honestly don't have these in any particular order, but these are the top 5 free agent quarterbacks to me. And that is Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones still has an opportunity to be like one of these quarterbacks where they struggled out of the gate, it didn't pan out, and then they have an opportunity to finally get it and click and become an NFL franchise quarterback or just a very respectful quarterback. Now, Daniel Jones didn't really stumble out of the gate. He played well enough to get a big contract at New York Giants, but then it went all downhill. But is that all his fault? I mean, the New York Giants franchise is in not a good shape right now. They got pie on their face with letting Saquon Barkley go. There's a lot more issues than just Daniel Jones over there for the Giants. Daniel Jones is big. He's got a strong enough arm. He can move. He's not a statue in the pocket. He can pick up yards when it is needed for NFL offenses if he goes to the right fit, and he's got a good run game around him with a supporting cast. I think Daniel Jones still has an opportunity to be a pretty solid quarterback in the NFL. My favorite team is the Tennessee Titans, and I would not mind if they go get Daniel Jones. The next very intriguing quarterback option out there in free agency is quarterback Justin Fields with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Pittsburgh could decide to bring back Justin Fields, and he could potentially be the day one starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But as of right now, he's going to hit free agency. His interception percentage dropped last year from 2.4% in 2023 to 0.6 in 2024. He had the highest completion percentage at 65.8 at the quarterback rating of 93.3 of his career. A lot of people did not even agree when they decided to make the change between Justin Fields to a Russell Wilson, who kind of, he was just okay. Justin Fields is still 25 years old. He's got a skill set that not many quarterbacks in the NFL has today. But of course, inconsistency at the accuracy level of his ability, but he has a major upside. And if he goes to the right system, he could be the next quarterback that finally figures it out and flourishes. Or maybe Justin Fields is just what he is. But he is an option, and I think he's very intriguing. And like I say, once again, Daniel Jones is 27, Justin Fields is 25. This next guy who we're talking about is not that young. Aaron Rodgers, the once supposed to be savior for the New York Jets. Of course, we know he's popped his Achilles in like the third play of his Jets career. And then last year, the Jets were not good at all. And when you strip away the drama and you strip away the losses, Aaron Rodgers, to be a 41-year-old quarterback, had 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, which was not bad. But he's 41 years old. He, of course, comes with all the Aaron Rodgers drama on the Pat McAfee show, and will he report to training camp and all those things. I feel like if you're taking on Aaron Rodgers, it's like, Rodgers, you're going to be our quarterback, but we expect you here on this date, and this date. You are our quarterback. You will be here, or we don't want you. Question is, does Aaron Rodgers wants to keep going? It seems like he does, but does he want to do it his way or a team's way? That is going to be the question. Me personally, while I feel like he still has enough in the tank, like I think his options are going to be limited. And does he want to get on board with how a team does it, or does he want to do it his way? I don't know. You guys tell me. Once again, these picks are in no particular order, but in the top 5 free agent quarterbacks available, we do get to Russell Wilson of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Once again, could be playing for Pittsburgh if they decide to bring him back, but as of right now, we do not know. At least I haven't heard. The Steelers were 10-3, and he was playing pretty good. Then they lost their last 5 games, and Wilson, who is 36 years old, started to look his age a little bit. He can still play and lead, though. He's a great locker room guy, and I feel like people do follow him. And he is a former Super Bowl champion. Wilson would also be an excellent in a 1-year mentor role to be a bridge gap, bring another young quarterback up. But, of course, 36 years of age, what does that price tag look like? I have no clue. Do you and other NFL executives and things like that feel like it is very beneficial for Russell Wilson, or are we starting to see the decline, and is it even worth it at this moment? I don't know. Feel like the Steelers are trying to figure that out. As a Titans fan, I don't really think I want Russell Wilson. I think you could do a heck of a lot worse. Just don't really think I want him. Now, this one is my top free agent pick, and it is quarterback Sam Darnold of the Minnesota Vikings, who now will not be franchise tagged. Vikings still are showing interest in bringing him back, which I think would be a smart move, but I think he's going to hit free agency, and anytime that happens, who knows who he is going to play for. Remember, 27-year-old quarterback Sam Darnold, he did go 4-2 with a terrible Carolina Panthers team, and he's coming off a season where he went 14-3 for the Minnesota Vikings. He threw for 4,319 yards, 35 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Now, of course, we all know how that season finished. He did not have the greatest 2 games, and it honestly was pretty bad. But this guy still led the Vikings to a 14-3 record with great stats. I feel like he is growing up, and we've seen it even at the Carolina Panthers level, and then what he did with the Vikings. Now, Personally, for him, if the Vikings want him back, he probably should stay because I think he's got a great relationship with that quarterback coach, offense coordinator, and head coach over there. I think he's got a great setup with personnel around him. But me personally, if I'm a Titans fan, I would take Sam Darnold. Now, I would hope that those last 2 games hurt as far as like what is contract because you don't want to overpay. But I do think based off all the other quarterbacks on the market today, Sam Darnold is definitely by far the best option. And I do think Sam Darnold can be a franchise quarterback. Think about it from a Titans perspective. Ryan Tannehill did a really good job. Once he got traded to the Dolphins, kind of resurrected his career, took the Titans to the AFC Championship game. I think Sam Darnold could do that. Maybe even better. Maybe just a little bit worse. I don't know. Time will tell. But I like Sam Darnold, and I think he is the number one free agent option. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button, and until next time, stay humble, stay kind. Peace.